Good afternoon, everyone at the training barn. Hannah here. I am currently just out for a spot of lunch. I did a private viewing at lunchtime at 12:30, and I'm off to another private viewing this evening at 5:30. And they actually live about 4 doors away from each other. So unfortunately, they couldn't come. Their appointments closer to each other, but great that they live 4 doors away, and I can do 2 private viewings in one day. As the title suggested, I'm going to talk about something that's really awkward for most of us British people, and especially creatives. It's incredibly hard for us to charge for something we're so passionate about and something we love entirely, and we do it because we're passionate and we love it. We don't actually do it. Money is actually never at the top of our inspiration tree. What is at the top is creating beautiful memories for all of our clients and creating them, be it in frames, prints, digitals, albums, canvases, however we want to create them. The delivery of those images and our clients having a fabulous time is always at the top of it, and money does tend to then fall down the tree, and then it becomes awkward. And I know a lot of you guys, sorry if I sound a bit coldy, I'm just getting over a cold. A lot of you guys I've seen in the group, and I've had some private conversations with some of you. The questions that come up, and I've actually written them down here, is that you guys, or as equine photographers, we can feel rude asking for money, and that can be asking for the portrait session fee, or asking for them to pay for a frame or a print or a digital. We feel like sometimes asking our client how much they can afford first, and then that's such a strong one. And I remember being there where I thought, actually, if you can afford £100, I'd rather you got what you wanted for £100 rather than me spurt £500 and you have sticker shock. But I'm going to go over that. Do we change our prices to match our clients' purse strings? And we hate being salespeople. This is a huge one, actually, and I hear it over and over again. A lot of people will do online galleries or skip the whole in-person viewing because they don't want to come across as a salesperson. I'm going to address that as well. And the last one is imposter syndrome. Who of us in this group feel like we're an imposter? We're doing a job that we wholeheartedly love. We are holding a camera, which we adore doing, and we're spending our days with horses. There is nothing not to love about this job. And every time Emily or I are on an equine photo shoot, we remind ourselves how lucky we are to be able to do this job. But that does not mean we do it for free or for cheap, because our experience and our knowledge, our creativity, and everything we bring to a photo shoot is worth paying for. Just because we enjoy it doesn't mean that we can't charge for it. And you have to separate those two things. You have to move forward knowing that your client will love the experience just as much as you love delivering it. But that does not mean you deliver it for free or for cheaper. If someone wanted to buy a Range Rover, they don't walk into the Range Rover dealership and say, well, I can't afford it. Give me a discount. I want one. Doesn't happen. If you want a Range Rover and you want it bad enough, you will save up for it and you will buy it. And you might buy it on finance, you might buy it outright, you might get given it by a family member, but you never expect them to topple on their prices, or for them to look at the market and think, well, these guys just can't afford £54,000 for a Range Rover, so we better not charge it. Because you know what? There are people that can afford £54,000 without even getting a bank loan. I mean, these guys are crazy, right? I will be one of those people one day. I will buy a Range Rover. What I'm saying is they don't price their product on what some people can afford. They price their product at what it's worth. I'm going to give you a live read of someone's actual pricing, okay? And this is a bit of a shocker, and it might shock a lot of you, and you hopefully anyone who's got this pricing might run to their computer this afternoon or over this weekend and start their pricing again, because this will shock you. So let's say you have a package, and there's going to be 2 schools of thought here. The first one is, let's just break this down. Let's say you have a £160 package, okay? It's a 2-hour session. It includes all the images. This is based on a real package that's out there, okay? It includes all the images. It also includes a framed image, okay? And it includes an online gallery. And it includes the photo shoot. So you've got all the images, you've got a frame, you've got an online gallery, you've got a 2-hour session. In there, of course, you've got editing, the photographer's time in the car, the photographer's experience, changing outfits, so on and so on and so on. So let's say that the frame costs £60. Now, my frames, even a 12-inch frame or a 16-inch, my frame cost me about £150 for a 16-inch frame. That is because, and I'm going to do another live about this, quality and service. I know the framers I use, it's 100% quality and 100% service. And then I think about the price. I want them to be able to deliver exactly what I want every single time. And if there's a problem, they sort it out. So I'm willing to pay £150 for a frame. So let's just say that the frame that they're including is £60 worth. That leaves you with £100. Your online gallery costs you, let's say your online gallery, your email address and your website costs you £10 a month, conservatively, £10 a month. You're down to £90. Let's say your Lightroom and Photoshop package is £9.98, £10 a month, you're down to £80. Let's say your insurance for your public liability or your kit and everything else you need for insurance, let's say that's £40 a month. Now you're down to £40. £40 profit. Let's say your kit and your computer, conservatively, will cost you £20 a month. We know it costs way more than that, right? Let's say conservatively, £20 a month for your kit and computer. You're down to £20. £20. And then I did work out, if you were left with £20 and you do a 2-hour shoot with a 2-hour editing, an hour's driving and an hour's admin, gives you 6 hours. Do you know what you're earning as profit from your shoot? £3.33 an hour. You're earning £20. £3.30. If you think, just because we love this job, put that to the side. If you think that doing this job and putting that passion and giving your clients the most beautiful images they can enjoy forever and pass through generations is worth £20, then please keep going. However, going back to maybe you feel a bit rude, don't like asking for money, maybe you feel a bit cheeky, don't like being a salesperson, maybe you should change your prices to your clients' purse strings. I'm going to ask you again, do you think £20 is worth all the education you do, the reading, the learning your kit, the paying for the insurance, getting in your car, the getting up in the morning, having the passion, creating your Pinterest board, let alone all the things that you create in your business, the service that you provide to your clients? £20. And I'm going to shock you here, your clients are well aware of what they're getting, well aware of it. They know for £160, including all their images and a frame, they are getting a bargain. But you know what? If your images are beautiful, they'll take it. They will pay you £160. Thank you very much. I know. We all think that people will say, £160, you're too cheap. You should be £400. You should be... No. If there's a bargain to be had, there's a bargain to be had, and they will have it. I've just bought some Dubarry boots because they were reduced to £199 and they're normally £345. I grabbed them because I wanted them and they were on offer. They know that they can get £345 and they were having a stock clearance and I bought them. You guys are not having a stock clearance. This is your business. This is to keep a roof over your head. Your clients understand this, but while there's an offer at £160 to include all the images, they will take it and happily take it. And they will shout about you. But you know what you attract is more clients at £160. Now I'm being a bit harsh with you guys today because we see this come up in the group all the time. We see it come up in private, in-person courses that we do. And if you have any questions about this pricing, please post them here. I can see that quite a few of you have joined me. If you have questions about this or worries, post them. I'm here to answer them. So I'm also going to go through, did lots of notes about this live. I'm going to go through, the second thing on pricing is if your client lands on your website, or comes across you at a show. Say they are at a nice one-day event and they've walked into your stand, love your images, love the framing, and then you offer them, let's say there's 2 photographers side by side. On the right is someone who offers 3 packages because they want to attract every single client. They don't want to eliminate everyone. First package is a 1-hour shoot, including some images, with a 1-hour outfit change and an online gallery for £100. Middle package is a 1.5-hour shoot, 10 images, 2 outfits, an online gallery, and that's £250. Third package is the premium, 2-hour shoot, all the images, 3 outfit changes, online gallery, and £500. And they can buy whatever they want afterwards. On the left is someone that says you'll get a photo shoot, you'll get a frame, you'll get styling, you'll get an in-person viewing, you'll get the artist, and it's £695. Now, someone who has money will go for one option. They don't want to look through 3 packages because do they know how long they need for a photo shoot? Do they know how many outfits they need changing? Do they know if they want 5 images or 10 images? Maybe they'll want them all. Maybe they won't want them all. Maybe they want a frame and they don't want digitals. By giving them too many packages, you'll confuse the brain. Now, I don't want to get into scientific stuff, but I know that our brains burn calories. So the more questions you give your brain, the more calories you'll burn. If they've had a busy morning and they come onto your stand, the brain, this is scientific, the brain will actually switch off if they've got more choices to make, if they've already had a hard morning, because they don't want to burn calories. It's an animal instinct, it's a survivor's instinct. So if you go onto your stand and they've got one choice to make, do they want a photo shoot with a professional person who has confidence in delivering beautiful images, and there's a frame already included, but everything's handheld, it looks 5-star, the service is fantastic, and it's going to cost them £695? Yeah, because if they've got the money, they will spend it. So Imogen's just said, how do you get clients at 300 when it's hard to find them? Right, here's the thing. Clients who want to spend £300 minimum, that's a session fee, including maybe a frame, including a digital, that is up to you. If they see a package at £160, their brain assumes, oh, it's not for me. Because they've got £300 to spend. They want a £300 service. Let's put it into simpler forms. If you have 2 jumpers, you're told about 2 jumpers, okay? They're both grey, they're both sort of turtleneck. One's £250, one's £25. Without seeing them, touching them, anything, which one do you assume is better quality, better made, made with, what's it called when you make it, I can't think of the word, sustained? Anyway, which one do you assume is going to last longer, make you look nicer, and be the envy of all your friends? The one at £250. So if you've got £250 to spend, you are going to buy the £250 jumper. And that's exactly the same. So while you're trying to find clients at £160, you'll find more clients at £160 and more clients at £160. Whereas if you take a big step back, I want you to ask yourself, what are you offering? Is it worth £160? Is it worth £300? Is it worth £1,000? Let me just tell you some of the things I wrote down. As a photographer, as an equine photographer, what's our job? And this is just a teeny tiny percentage of what our job is. Trust. They've got to trust us, right? We've got to give them confidence. We've got to have styling advice, posing advice. We've got to know lighting, got to know composition, editing, directing. That is huge. Being able to direct your client and the horse and your assistants, huge. Knowing when to stop. If the horse has had enough after 20 minutes, have you got enough images that will satisfy your client? Understanding horses, having the respect for your client, their time, their horse, knowledge of horses and their surroundings, understanding the horse's behaviour. What times are best to photograph at? What should the horse wear? What tack? Should they wear a saddle? Should they not? Do you get an assistant? Do you bring an assistant? Do you ask for an assistant? when to give them treats at the start of the shoot, halfway through the shoot, never, at the end of the shoot. Designing frames, designing albums, how not to overwhelm your client with too many options, how to get the shot, keeping everything calm, managing expectations, having the greatest patience, having passion, allowing your client to never regret booking you. That is just a teeny tiny part of what we offer. Sorry, I just sniffed. Of what we offer our clients. And when you break that all down, you can see that £160 just isn't enough. But let me tell you something, if you don't believe it, neither will your client. So my clients, thanks Minty, look at my beautiful bracelet. It was a gift from my lovely Mintalicious for my birthday. If you don't believe that you're worth £160, £300, neither will your client. So if you stand on a trade stand at a show, someone comes on and says, oh, how much is a photo shoot? And you go, well, so the session includes five photos, like an hour to an hour and a half of my time. You can maybe make some styling, like you can bring a couple of outfits if you'd like. If you've got a friend that would help, that would be really cool. And I'll basically do whatever you want, and hopefully we'll get some really nice shots. And if you start using the words hope, I hope we get a good day. I hope we get some good shots. I'm sure you'll like them. I'm sure this will be good for you. Their confidence in you as the artist does go down, and the confidence in your price. If someone comes on my stand, I talk to them. I want to get to know them and their horse. I want to know what they do with their horse, how long they've had their horse, what breed is their horse, how old is their horse. What's their favourite thing about their horse's character? What really stands out? What's the best thing about their friendship? What do they do together on the yard? Do they get to spend time at the weekend together? I want to know everything. And then I'm going to talk to them about styling their photo shoot for them. So I'm giving them really one-on-one, handheld type of experience. But I will use words like, I know we will get amazing images. I will deliver the most beautiful portraits of you and your horse that you've ever seen, the ones that you always dreamed about, because you have to understand what's important to your client. And what's important to your client isn't having one outfit change, 5 digitals that they don't know what they're going to do with, and having a cheap price. What's important to your client is getting those moments they know are happening and they want to put on the wall. They know their friendship is special with their horse, and they're desperately trying to capture what they feel inside. And they need a photographer that says, I can do that. And I can do it in the most amazing experience, in the most luxury feeling way possible. And I can do it with confidence. And you can trust me. You can trust me. I will deliver it. Clients need to know they're going to look beautiful in their images, that you can direct really well, that you can pose them to be the most beautiful posing for them and their horse, and that you're not going to get stressed out, and you're not going to stress them and their horse out, that you keep everything calm. Your clients want to know that they're going to feel great and they're going to feel confident about the whole process, from being on the phone to you doing the pre-consultation all the way through to ordering their frames, because they're going to order 15 of them because they're so slammed with these images. They are so proud of them and their horse. They want to display them everywhere. And this is the key. This is worth so much more than £160. But once you start using the language and understanding it, your prices will go up because your clients will start seeing you. They need to like you. They need to like your style. They need to want your service. There's always going to be clients out there who are happy to pay £25 for a full set of images and a photo shoot. Of course they are. And let me tell you something, they'll be the hardest clients. My easiest clients, the ones that pay absolute top whack. Top whack. Order loads, always the easiest. And I don't know whether it's human mentality or just the way it is, but you have to believe in yourself. Otherwise, who else is going to? You have to tell them why it's worth £300, because we live being an equine photographer. They don't know how much a framed image is. So I was at my private viewing this morning. They were on a budget, a tight budget. They were on a budget, but they knew what they wanted. And the mum said, I don't want digitals because I don't know what to do with them. And I am not techie and it will just make me sad. And she's got beautiful images all around her house, loads of frames hanging everywhere and loads of rosettes. She's so proud of her 4 horses and her daughter, and she just wants to see it every day. So we created her a print package. So she's got 7 fine art prints that are that will be delivered ready to hang, because that's what's important to her. But I understood that. I took the time to understand what's important to you. Now, I could have sold her digital images. I could have suggested to her that she goes to a professional printers nearby, if she Google it, and she can tell them this and she can tell them that, and I would suggest this sort of paper. And what I would have done is completely overwhelmed her, and in her brain it says, no, you're burning too many calories, turn off, just say no thank you. Whereas I had a solution for her. And the solutions I have is what makes me worth paying for. And it makes you guys worth paying for. But you need to just slash that £160 price and put it for what you're worth. Now, if you think, well, I am worth £300 minimum, that's a really good place to start. So let's say you're £295 from today. What's your package going to include, and where do you feel confident? Because you have to believe in your package. You have to believe that you can sell it and it's worth it. So go home today, go back to your studio, take some time, look at that pricing and ask yourself, what are you worth? And change your language from I hope to I am, to I'm sure, to I will. So I hope this has really helped. I've just said I hope, I'm sure. I know this has helped you all. I know it has. Does anyone have any questions for me regarding this pricing? It is astonishing, isn't it, when you start breaking down what you actually include in your... I'm sorry, I'm just going to have a bit of my coffee. When you start breaking down what's actually included in your shoots, it's funny when we look back and think, why was I doing that for £95? And I'm, hands up, I was one of them. My shoot started at £45 and I almost apologised for taking their time up for a photo shoot. Then they went to £95. That was pretty brave pants on me. £95 was a whopper for me. And I remember feeling so scared. Then I went to £195, then I went to £295. And that was pretty gutsy. And then at £295, I basically went through this. I suddenly thought, what am I doing? And I was saying all the time, I hope you like your images. I hope we've got everything you wanted. I hope you'll want to frame something. And I went through this whole process of, what should a real package look like? What do I want to do day in and day out? What brochure do I want to look at? And what price list do I want to look at? Where I'm really proud of what I put to clients. So that the next client that can afford £5,000 will walk onto my stand, will log onto my website, will be told by a friend, and their budget goes, yep, that's the photographer for me, because I can afford that, and that's what I want. But while we're looking for the cheaper end, you're just going to entice more of the cheaper end, and you do get stuck in this wagon wheel of... It knocks our confidence, if I'm honest. It really knocks our confidence. Oh, Imogen, okay, let me see. Starting out, still have a full-time job and I'd love to do it full-time. Yes, I don't charge very much, like you said, it's so scary. Where do you start? Okay. So you work full-time, so I'm guessing you do photo shoots on a weekend. So what you want to do is a really good exercise is to say that you want an extra... £500 a month in your bank account. Okay, so you probably want to earn £1,000 a month extra, and then after all your costs, you've got £500 clear profit. Okay, so £1,000 a month extra in your bank account a month. What does that look like? So you've got 4 weekends a month. Okay, so break that down. You have to earn £250 per weekend. So this is super easy. So let's say you have £195 session fee, and you're likely to upsell 3 times that amount. Okay? So let's say anywhere between £600 and £800 your client will spend with you after paying £195 for a photo shoot. So you want to find a yard where your target client is, and that's the biggest nugget I'm giving you today. It's all good and well going to a full DIY yard where they're paying £80 a month for their horses. Are they likely to say, yeah, I'll give you 200 quid for a photo shoot that includes a framed image or 5 digitals, whatever it might be? Probably not. Where's your target client? Where's your client who has £1,000 disposable income? It's going to be on yards that are more likely to be horses that are looked after full time. So full livery, training yards, something like that. So you want to target those, and you offer them 1 slot per week on a Saturday or a Sunday, and you put a package together that just for this yard, I will be here every Saturday, and there's a 10 a.m. slot or a 2 p.m. slot or both. Make that £2,000 a month. And you say, at 10 a.m. I'll be here. Who would like the slot? £195 includes your first frame. And then the week after, in the afternoon maybe, you'll go back to the yard and you can do the private viewing at the yard, or they can come to your house, or you can go to their house. But either way, you show them those images face to face and you're the expert. So you book 1 a week and you've only got to make £250. The likelihood is that you'll make £600 to £800 per photo shoot. But if you can target a yard who's your target client, your ideal client, keeps their horse at that yard, and you offer them 1 slot per week on a premium day. Saturday's a premium day. I don't work weekends. So Saturdays are a premium day. And that's how you start. That's how you go forward. And even if you don't feel confident at £195, start with £95, including a small print or something like that. But as soon as you've sold 1 slot, put your price up. £125. As soon as you've sold that, put your price up. £185. That's how it goes. You're getting busier, you're getting more sought after. Clients understand your prices go up. The more demand there is for you, the higher the prices. So Imogen, I hope that's given you a really good place to start. I know everyone's going to be looking at their prices this weekend, and I want you all to smash it out of the park. So I know you've got loads from this. I'm going to drink my, it's a cold coffee now because I've been talking for so long. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Did you like the fact that I kept the phone totally still through this live? Hopefully the sound didn't cut out at all and you all got all my golden nuggets. Tracy, it's very hard. Started £25. Now I'm over 100. 4 years on, but I still can't break into my ideal client base regularly to provide an adequate income. Yeah, apologising for your pricing is huge. I did it for years and years and years. Okay, here's an exercise for all of you. I want you to go and write down who your ideal client is. Because is your ideal client the person that's going to give you £600? Is their price point £100 session fee? I would, if you'd asked me 4 years ago, would I be £700 just to book me for the photo shoot? Absolutely not. I just wouldn't have believed you, and I wouldn't have believed that I'd be able to do it. And sometimes I have to grip my teeth and believe it. Because 99 days out of 100, I totally believe it. And then 1 day out of 100, I'll have a complete meltdown and think, what am I doing? How can I charge £700 just to turn up for a photo shoot? This is ridiculous. But it's not. And people pay it. So I've just had my flight confirmation come through yesterday of my client who's flying me to America next month. That flight would have cost her £3,000. That's just to fly me there, let alone my session fee, let alone what she'll purchase. These people are out there, but the only people they want to work with is someone who truly believes in what they're doing. And if you're constantly apologising for your prices, they won't hear you. They don't want to hear you because that's not their wheelhouse. They want the £250 jumper because of the service they get and the quality they know they'll receive. And if there's ever a problem with that jumper, they can take it back and it's resolved quickly. And that's exactly what these guys want from you. Sorry, someone's just walking past and thinking that's very strange. I'm talking to my phone. That is what these guys want from you. They want easiness. They don't want to pick out of 30,000 different products. And you know those price lists? Okay, so let's give it a really good example. Chinese restaurant price list. You know you're going to spend £10 a head, £15 a head, maybe £20 a head if it's a really good Chinese restaurant. And the menu is got like, I don't know, 200 things on it. And the same goes for like Pizza Hut and burger joints and all these places. When I was in America, I went to a restaurant and it had, 16 pages of options. Or you go to a very high-end restaurant and it has 3 starters, 3 mains and 3 desserts. Which one are you willing to pay for? Which one do you save up to go to? It's the ones that know what they're doing, they don't offer you much choice, and what they do offer you is absolutely top-notch. And the most thing you get from it is beautiful food and a wonderful service. That's what we do. And so every time you cheapen your price and apologise for it, your actual clients, your target clients, your ideal clients shut off to you and don't hear from you. So go and put your prices up. I know this has helped loads of you. And Tracy, at £100 for 4 years, I challenge you to put your prices up to £395. Look at what you're including with it and write down those ideal clients in your notebook, name them something. So Shirley is 45 years old. She's got a husband that works in the city. She's got a part-time job. She's got disposable income. What does she drive? How many horses has she got? Where does she keep her horses? Where does she hang out? What does she read? Where does she go on holiday? Write all of it down. Then ask yourself, how are you talking to that person? Because are you going to get that person to hear you if you're £100? So there's your challenge. Big challenge for the weekend. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. Any further questions, comment below and I'll check them on Monday because I am having a well-deserved weekend off after my next appointment, which I need to get to. So lots of love, everyone. See you soon. Bye.